Warriors Into the Wild by Erin Hunter. Chapter 5, Part 2. So many clans, Firepaw exclaimed, and so well organized, he added to himself, remembering Smudge's lurid tales of wildcats wreaking terror in the forest. You see now why prey is so precious, meowed Lionheart, why we must fight to protect what little we have. But that seems foolish. Why can't the clans work together and share their hunting grounds, instead of fighting each other? Firepaw suggested boldly. A shocked silence greeted his words. Tiger Claw was the first to reply. That is treacherous thinking, kitty pet, he snapped. Don't be too fierce, Tiger Claw, warned Lionheart. The ways of the clan are new to this apprentice. He looked at Firepaw. You speak from your heart, young Firepaw. This will make you a stronger warrior one day. Tiger Claw growled, or it might make him give in to kitty pet weakness right at the moment of attack. Lionheart glanced briefly at Tiger Claw before he continued. The four clans do come together peacefully in a gathering each moon. Here, he bent his head toward the four mighty oaks below, is where they meet. The truce lasts for as long as the moon is at its fullest. Then there must be a meeting very soon, Firepaw suggested, remembering how bright the moonlight had been the night before. Indeed there is, answered Lionheart, sounding impressed. Tonight, in fact. The gatherings are very important because they allow the clans to come together in peace for one night, but you must understand that longer alliances bring more trouble than they're worth. It is our clan loyalty that makes us strong, Tiger Claw meowed in agreement. If you weaken the loyalty, you weaken our chances of survival. Firepaw nodded. I understand, he mewed. Come on, meowed Lionheart, standing up. Let's keep moving. They paced along the ridge of the valley where four trees stood. Now they were heading away from the sun as it began to sink in the afternoon sky. They crossed the stream at a place where it was narrow enough to leap over in one jump. Firepaw sniffed the air. A new cat scent touched his mouth glands, strong and sour. Which clan is that? He asked. Shadow Clan, answered Tiger Claw grimly. We're traveling along their border. Keep your wits about you, Firepaw. Fresher scents mean that a Shadow Clan patrol is in the area. As Firepaw nodded, he heard a new noise. He stiffened, but the other cats kept up their pace, heading straight for the ominous rumbling. What's that? He called, trotting to catch up with them. You'll see in a moment, replied Lionheart. Firepaw peered through the trees ahead. They seemed to be getting thinner, letting in a broad band of sunlight. Are we at the edge of the woods? He asked. Then he stopped and took a deep breath. The green forest scents were overwhelmed with other strange, dark smells. This time it was not cat scent, but an odor that reminded him of his old two-leg home, and the rumbling was getting louder, a ceaseless roar that made the ground tremble and ached in Firepaw's ears. This is the Thunder Path, meowed Tiger Claw. Firepaw followed as Lionheart led them toward the edge of the forest. Then he sat down, and all four cats looked out. Firepaw could see a gray path like a river cutting its way through the forest. The hard gray stone stretched ahead of him so far that the trees on the other side seemed blurred and tiny. Firepaw shuddered at the bitter smell that rose from the path. Next moment he leaped back, his fur bristling, as a gigantic monster roared past. The branches of the trees on either side flapped madly in the wind that chased the speeding monster. Firepaw stared around at the other cats, his eyes wide, unable to speak. He had seen paths like this before near his old two-leg home, but never this wide, nor with monsters so swift and fierce. Scared me too the first time, remarked Graypaw, but at least it helps keep Shadow Clan warriors from crossing into our territory. The Thunder Path runs for many paw steps along our boundary line. And don't worry, those monsters never seem to leave the Thunder Path. You'll be fine as long as you don't go too near. It's time we return to camp, meowed Lionheart. You have seen all our boundaries now, but we'll avoid Snake Rocks, even though the way around is longer. An untrained apprentice would be easy prey for an adder, and I expect you are getting tired, Firepaw. Firepaw couldn't help feeling relieved at the thought of returning to camp. His head was spinning with all the new smells and sights, and Lionheart was right. He was tired and hungry. He fell in behind Graypaw as the cats turned away from the Thunder Path and headed back into the forest. The dewy scents of the evening filled the air as Firepaw made his way through the gorse entrance into the Thunder Clan camp. Fresh kill was waiting for them. Firepaw and Graypaw took their share from the pile that lay in a shady part of the clearing and carried it to the tree stump outside their quarters. Dustpaw and Sandpaw were already there, munching hungrily. "Hi there, kitty pet," mewed Dustpaw, narrowing his eyes scornfully at Firepaw. "Enjoy the food we caught for you." "Who knows, you might even learn to catch your own one day," sneered Sandpaw. "Are you two still on hunting duty?" asked Graypaw innocently. "Never mind, we've been patrolling our territory borders. You'll be glad to know all is safe." "I'm sure the other clans were terrified when they smelled you two coming," yowled Dustpaw. "They didn't even dare show their faces," retorted Graypaw, unable to hide his anger. "Well, we'll ask them tonight when we see them at the clan gathering," mewed Sandpaw. "Are you going?" Firepaw blurted out, impressed in spite of the apprentice's hostility. "Of course," replied Dustpaw loftily. "It's a great honor, you know. But don't worry, we'll tell you all about it in the morning." Graypaw ignored Dustpaw's gloating and started eating his fresh kill. Firepaw was hungry too and crouched down to eat. He couldn't help feeling a twinge of envy that Dustpaw and Sandpaw were actually going to meet the other clans tonight. A loud call from Bluestar made Firepaw look up. He watched several of the clan warriors and elders gather in a clearing. It was time for the clan party to leave for the gathering. Dustpaw and Sandpaw leapt to their feet and trotted off to join the other cats. "Bye, you two," called Sandpaw over his shoulder. "Have a nice, quiet evening." The assembled cats stalked out of the camp entrance in single file, with Bluestar at the head. Her fur glowed like silver in the moonlight, and she looked calm and confident as she led her clan to the brief truce between old enemies. "Have you ever been to a gathering?" Firepaw asked Graypaw wistfully. "Not yet," replied Graypaw, crunching loudly on a mouse bone. "But it won't be long now. Just you wait. All the apprentices get to go sometime." The two apprentices ate the rest of their meal in silence.